The morning air was cold and quiet when the man walked down the empty street with his bag of food for stray animals. He had been doing this kind act for many weeks now, always coming at the same time to help hungry cats and dogs living on the hard streets. Every single day he would bring food because he knew the animals were waiting for him and counting on his help. Rain or shine, hot or cold, he never missed a day because these animals had no one else to care for them. As he placed food on the ground near an old building, a very thin cat appeared from behind some old boxes. She looked extremely hungry and tired, like she had not eaten for many days. The cat was so weak that each step seemed very difficult for her. Her fur was dirty and messy from living outside for so long. The man stayed very still and quiet, watching as she ate the food quickly while keeping her careful eyes on him the whole time. She was so hungry that she ate every single piece of food without stopping once. When she finished eating everything on the ground, something truly amazing happened that the man would never forget for the rest of his life. Instead of running away and hiding like most street cats do when they see people, she looked straight at him and made a soft, gentle sound. Then she slowly walked toward a dark space between two tall buildings. The man thought she was leaving him forever, but after a few long minutes she came back carrying something very small and precious in her mouth. It was a tiny kitten that was so small it could easily fit in the palm of his hand. The man could not believe what he was seeing with his own eyes. This street cat was actually showing him her most precious baby. But she was not finished yet with her incredible surprise that would touch his heart forever. The brave mother cat went back to her secret hiding place and returned with another small, helpless kitten. She kept going back and forth between her hiding spot and where the man was standing, bringing more of her tiny babies to meet the kind man who had given her food when she needed it most. The man stood very quietly and watched this incredibly touching moment unfold right before his eyes. He realized that this scared street cat trusted him enough to show him her most precious secret in the whole world. The tiny kittens were so small and helpless they could barely move around or make any sounds at all. Their little eyes were still completely closed tight, and they needed their mother for absolutely everything they required to stay alive. The cold wind was getting stronger and stronger, and the man could clearly see how the little family was shivering badly on the hard, freezing ground. The tired mother cat carefully lay down on the rough, cold street and started feeding her hungry babies right there on the hard pavement. The man felt his heart break into many pieces seeing them struggle so much in such a harsh and dangerous place. Winter was coming very soon, and he knew deep in his heart that these tiny, helpless kittens would never be able to survive the freezing cold nights that were coming ahead. He also knew that finding enough food would become much harder and more dangerous for the weak mother cat, as the terrible weather got worse and worse with each passing day. That single powerful moment changed absolutely everything for the kind man who cared so much about animals. He could not possibly walk away and leave them knowing this little family desperately needed help to survive the coming winter. Very slowly and gently, like he was handling the most delicate things in the entire world, he knelt down near the cats on the cold, hard ground. He spoke to the worried mother cat in the softest, most gentle voice he could make, letting her know that he truly wanted to help her and all of her precious babies. The smart cat seemed to completely understand that he meant no harm at all to her, or her little ones, who meant everything to her. What happened next was the most careful and gentle rescue operation he had ever done in his entire life. He picked up each tiny, fragile kitten very carefully and softly, like they were made of glass that could break easily, and placed them safely in a warm, clean towel he had brought with him that day. The protective mother cat watched closely everything he did with her babies, but she did not try to stop him or run away in fear like he expected she might. It seemed like she somehow knew deep inside her heart that this was their one real chance for a much better life away from the cold, dangerous streets where they could easily die. When they finally arrived at his warm, safe home, the caring man quickly prepared a completely safe and warm room just for the cat family. He carefully put down the softest blankets he could find in his house, fresh clean water in small bowls, and the best healthy food for cats that he had. The exhausted mother cat immediately started taking very good care of her babies in their wonderful new safe space that was so much better than the cold streets. For the first time in many long, difficult months, she could finally relax her tired body and not worry about finding food or safe shelter for another day. Over the next few weeks that followed, something truly wonderful and amazing happened that made everyone happy. The tiny kittens grew stronger and healthier every single day that passed. They opened their small eyes to see a world that was warm and safe instead of cold and scary like the streets had been. They learned to play with soft, colorful toys instead of having to search for tiny scraps of food just to stay alive. Their mother became healthy and strong again, and her fur started growing thick and clean and beautiful like it was meant to be. The man discovered that helping this special cat family had changed his own life in ways he never expected. His house was now filled with the happy sounds of playing kittens and the gentle, peaceful purring of their grateful mother who was so thankful for his kindness. Every morning when he woke up, he could see the little family doing so well in their new, loving home. The kittens were curious and playful, exploring every corner of their safe space and discovering new things to play with each day. This beautiful rescue story shows us how one simple act of kindness and caring can change many lives forever in the most wonderful ways. When the man first started feeding stray animals on the streets, he never imagined he would end up saving an entire cat family from a life of hunger and cold. The mother cat showed incredible trust and courage by bringing her babies to him, and that trust was rewarded with a safe, warm, and loving home where they could all be happy together. The little family now lives every day without any fear of cold weather, hunger, or danger, and what started as just giving food to one hungry cat became a rescue that gave new life and hope to an entire family.